Hey guys, East Texas Wildman here again. It's a beautiful day out here in East Texas. Somewhere in the upper 70s, low 80s, I think is the high for today. So it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to be out. Today I'd like to talk to everybody about the keys to survivability. You know, I spend a lot of time out here in the woods and I practice skills, both primitive and modern. I work with my tools and I spend a lot of time with that. But that's not the complete picture in a survival situation. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I call it the 4 keys to survivability. Some people call them pillars, some people rules, whatever. Call them whatever you like to. I like keys. So I'd like to go over those with you for a little bit here. In my next video, I think I'll put up a tear down of my bag that I carry with me every day, everywhere I go. But anyway, so the first key, and the keys go in importance, starting 1 is being the least important and the 4th being the most important. So the first rule, or pillar, or key, is tools. Tools are what you have to affect your survival. And those are things, you know, a lot of philosophies on the tools, but like Dave Canterbury has the 5 C's. You know, you have a cutting edge, you have cordage, you have a container, you have cover, and you have a source of combustion. Those are all things that help you affect your survivability, and they're all tools, physical things, tools. Now, tools can be made, tools can be found, tools can be gathered in a survival situation. Because you don't have tools with you doesn't mean you're not going to survive. It just makes it something else you have to do. So, I mean, rarely does anybody go down an airplane crash and they survive the crash and they have their little bug out bag with them with all their tools in it and all their stuff they need to survive. How often do you hear about that? You don't. So, first key is tools. Try to put together something, at least know how to use them, maybe learn how to make them from nothing. You know, container can be a tin can, it can be the hubcap from your truck, it could be the lens from your headlight. You could boil water in that. You know, a cutting edge can be a scrap piece of metal, a piece of broken glass, a broken rock, whatever you can make a cutting tool out of, and so on and so on. With all your tools, you can make them up if you had to, or slice. The next one is skills, and skills is something that I do a lot. And the more you practice your skills, the less tools you need to perform them. And I do a lot of primitive skills so that I need less tools. The primitive way is I can walk out into the woods and find what I need to make a fire. I can find what I need to, you know, stop bleeding. I can find anything I need in the woods. That's what I personally try to learn it every day. Skills are very important. You can have the best, I don't care, best bug out bag, best tools, best everything you can possibly buy, but if you don't know how to use it and you don't know a little bit about the environment, then, and I'm not talking just about the woods, it could be an urban environment also. What are your resources, you know? If you don't know some of these things, then, you know, and know how to do these things, then all the tools in the world aren't necessarily going to save you. Okay, the third, and probably the most neglected for a lot of people, is physical fitness. In a survival situation, you're going to be working harder than you ever have in your life. Can you work full bore all day long? I mean, can you do that? physical fitness is very important. You need to lose weight. You need to at least walk. Walk around, get some exercise. Start training your body. I'm not saying, if I believe the zombie apocalypse was a real thing that could happen, I'd probably run 10 miles a day as fast as I could. That's be prepared for running from zombies. But I think if we were just in good physical condition, you can handle most things. Along with physical conditioning also follows psychological conditioning. Are you prepared in an emergency situation to actually stop and think about what you're doing? Think about what's going around, absorbing your environment, and then being able to make a plan and follow that plan. How many, a burning building, most people are panicking and running. Do you have the physical the mental fortitude to stop, don't stop in the flames, but to stop and assess your situation and assess the best way to get out? You see a crowd running towards one door, everybody's going to jam up against that one door. You're not going to survive that. Those people aren't going to survive that. But you have to have that mental fortitude to stop, assess your situation, and be able to react. And also, I think that something that goes with that is just everyday situational awareness. Every day, every moment of the day, you know what's going on around you. And if you see something that's about to happen, do you have that time? You have that time to react to it if you have the mental fortitude to make that plan and to see that and to react to it. Now, I think that one key, the mental fortitude, the mental strength, the mental ability to implement your survivability, I think that is probably the most important of all survival skills initially. As soon as you hit the ground, as soon as you're in that situation, the thing that saves most people is that mental ability to react properly in any given situation. So I don't know, and I guess I don't really know how to practice that other than being in a lot of stressful situations. I was in the military. I was trained through the military to be able to think in stressful situations. And I think the way they taught us was they put us under stress all the time and made us perform. Maybe you can work out some kind of routine for yourself and under stressful situations where you can do something, do a skill, practice doing something, assessing your situation. But I think that's the most important thing of all. And then the last key to survivability, and I believe in especially longer term situations, is going to be a community. No man is an island. And I can come out in these woods and I can live by myself. Probably indefinitely. The only thing that would be a problem with that is emotion. And it happens to everybody at some time, at some point. And with a community, you have people to lend strength to you and you to lend strength to them, and to kind of carry each other, help each other out. You have more people for resources, to gather resources. You have protection. I don't know if how many of you watch that show Naked and Afraid, but if you want to look at survival psychology and survival, especially the new one, the Naked and Afraid XL, you know, where they have a bunch of people. I don't particularly watch that show because of the survival skills or, you know, anything else, but I do watch it because of the psychology, the mentality of people under stressful situations for a long duration. It's interesting, and it's something that I think a lot of people should watch and just kind of see how people act, see how people react, and how some people have their good days and they have their bad days, and that's how it is in a survival situation. So anyway, just a few things to think about. We always think about tools and skills and all that fun stuff, but let's think about some physical activity and a little bit of mental toughening, and maybe, you know, community. And you know, how do you build community? Well, if you know you're in a bus full of people that goes over, well, you're kind of forced into that community. But you know, if something happens on a larger regional area, you have neighbors and friends and all that, you know, you start building a community and talking about, you know, resources and plans for survival and all kinds of good stuff. It could lead to some interesting conversations. Get your neighbors together. All right, guys, this is East Texas Wild Man. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. Appreciate you viewing me. God bless. We'll talk to you again later.